Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I've posted on this channel, just because, it's my second channel, whatnot. I kind of have to find my other side projects to do, before I post on this. But I figured also this channel would be more for kind of like the content of this video, actually. Today, we are going to be watching analog horror. What? We're gonna be watching it together. We'll start with Vita Carnis. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be watching today. So I've heard a lot of good things about it. I might have seen a little bits and pieces here or there, but I've heard a lot of good things, and so we're gonna watch it together because I know a lot of you, or at least some of you, won't go out of your way to watch scary stuff like that on your own, and so that's what I'm here for. You get to watch it vicariously through me. Or vicariously, is that a word? Is that the right word? You get to watch it through me, so I get scared first, and then you can be like, huh, that silly little guy, he got scared, so that you don't have to take the full force of the scares, if that makes sense. Thank you all for watching. This is editing Aaron and whatnot, but thank you all for watching, and by all means check out my main channel, because after we watch the things on this channel, which, oh, by the way, if you haven't seen my main channel, my mic arm broke, so now I have to lean forward to get my voice heard. But anyway, after we watch it on here, I'll go and make an actual kind of horror review kind of thing about it on the main channel. So be sure to check it out. That's Ramencop. Hey, who's ready to watch some horror today? What's up, guys? How we doing? Of course, welcome back. We are here. Noodle TV, what up? This is Ramencop here on Noodle TV, and we are going to watch Vita Carnis. That's what we're watching today. If you guys see my mic moving around, it's because, again, my mic arm broke. It's really actually very sad. Also, I'm in the middle of moving, which is also another thing, so my usual setup has been taken down and stuff like that, so hopefully at the next place I won't have to move as much. But anyway, we're just gonna click on this one, the viewing order one, I believe. It's gonna be dark in here, and then also undisclosed drink. I wasn't able to read all that warning. did you guys catch that?
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures,
I don't know about thrived, but
big and small, have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments. From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found. Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life itself. Only until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life. First, what are these new life forms?
Yeah, what are these new life forms? Please enlighten me.
Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from. Are they extra?
So 1931, that's like pre-World War II. Would that change the balance of, or the history of things? Interesting. Just thought, food for thought there.
Extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered,
got it.
No. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones.
Is that why they're called living meat?
Animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis.
living
The
meat.
Carnis species consume
I know a little bit of
organic
Latin.
matter,
A little
but
bit
their
of
main
Latin.
diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives. The Carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species.
Okay.
The crawl.
Okay.
The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being...
I like that in this thing, the visual aid is a drawing, because that, like, low-key, first of all, if you were on the production team for this, that would be very easy to kind of reproduce, is a drawing, right? But also, it's like, it shows, it's like, okay, this is what somebody's, like, scientific drawing of it would look like. That's really cool. Okay, anyway, crawl.
Being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the...
Okay, I don't know how they got this picture. I don't know if that's like practical effects or whatever. That is gross. That is disgusting. That is so gross. Oh my god. For those of you who have seen Stranger Things, it looks like the Upside Down. That's so gross, actually. Okay. I like it. I dig it.
The host of divisions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces.
Photographed. Weird.
Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis. The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth.
Weird. So it's almost like a... It's almost as if like a plant it's like a plant that's made of animal cells instead of plant cells. So it's like a muscle or it's like made of muscles, a plant made of muscles instead of like actual, like plant roots and stuff. And instead of having chloroplasts and it being green, it's like dark, and it's just using the dark pigment to absorb the light. That's cool. Yeah, I took high school biology. How can you tell?
Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across...
I don't know if you saw that, but it says all types of environments except for...
It thrives in almost all types of environments.
Actually, I don't know if that's intended, but it looks like one tiny little spot. The word.
Easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may...
Yeah, I would hate... Okay, I know I said I made a joke about being, like, taking high school biology, but I would absolutely hate to be a biologist and just have a giant new species of living plant thing just appear, and it's like, well, on one side, you would want that, right? You would love that, because you'd be like, yay, more to study. Wow, awesome stuff. On the other end, you're like, this is going to throw off everything. This is going to completely unbalance nature.
Outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead. The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind...
I don't like the idea that animals are eating the crawl. It just makes me... Considering, okay, I don't know as many spoilers, right? I don't know many things that go on in this series, but, considering this is an analog horror, I have to make some connections here that something bad might happen.
Hind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again. This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage.
God, I hate that picture
because
of a
the
person.
supernatural rate of growth.
It's a weird picture.
And its richness in nutrients.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see if I can do it.
Because of the supernatural rate of growth.
Oh shit, guys, I had paused it right on the spot and I missed it. I got an itchy trigger finger. Okay, I'm going frame by frame. Okay, sorry, nothing's getting past me, dude. I gotta look at this. I gotta see it. Okay, it's getting a little bit weird. Dang, it's like half a frame. It said crawl, it said radio tower overgrown with crawl. Interesting. And then there's like a freaky face or something that appeared. Okay, maybe not. Oh.
Richness in nutrients.
Okay, maybe not.
It has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms.
Interesting.
The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
Huh.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards. The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying.
Oh, there's more
Sometimes,
creatures.
In a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches.
Ew,
This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal.
That's disgusting.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings.
The trimming. Whoa, wait. Hold on, gang. Hold on. Can't miss that. Okay. Man, half a frame. I cannot read that. I'm gonna be so honest. Here. I cannot read that. It's a little bit better, but okay. I think that's it for this video. Okay. Cool. So the trimmings is what they're introducing us to. Okay.
The trimmings.
Oh, okay. So these are like the tumor things.
Resemble skinned raccoons.
Oh, that is so gross. Oh, dude, that is so gross. Oh my god, what are you talking about? These are small creatures, six-legged creatures that resembled skinned raccoons. What? Ew. 77% muscle and fat.
They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and a gaped mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
What?
One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue, and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length, no larger than a basketball.
You just have a bunch of horrific, like, meat basketballs running around. That's terrible. That is so terrible.
Its life starts with its separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals.
Okay.
Although its appearance is
oh my god.
It is a cowardly
creature.
Whoa.
Sorry. I didn't know that you could just pull up a giant menu. He got jump scared. He got jump scared right there. Sorry.
Screeching, and hiding when threatened.
Ew.
Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators. Naturally, its population would eventually die out, This is not the case.
Well, hold on, gang. Sorry, I don't mean to keep pausing it. I'm not trying to ruin your viewing experience, but I want you to. I also want to be able to see what like the weird like subliminal. Oh, oh, that's freaky. Look at that. It says, okay, mass trimming infestation. Estimated 400 plus trimmings gathered under a large abandoned satellite dish. So the crawl infested a radio tower. Now the trimmings are hiding under a radio or a satellite dish. I think that something's cooking up, ladies and gentlemen. I think that something's
is not the case.
Something a little sus.
The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers.
Interesting.
Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl.
So I also notice
trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years. Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered.
Oh my god, ew. Okay, so this second picture right here is freaky as fuck, but this one's like, that's just weird.
Them pests. Due to them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Little flesh creatures.
This, some people still keep trimmings.
Oh my.
And relative.
Oh my god. It's terrible. That's so terrible, actually. I think I deadass have the exact same bed for one of my dogs too. That's funny. And it looks so terrible and like in pain too. That's weird.
Domesticate them. Nuisance or not, trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold.
Truly a thing to behold.
The next species on our list is the meat snake.
The meat snake. Oh. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, so I can't really see. Yeah, I can't read that. You'll have to excuse me. Okay, yeah, I can't read that, but it looks like it's like a. Is it lightning? Is that like a fish or something? Some type of creature. It's similar to the one. It's like a children's book or something. Interesting. Here's what I'm gonna do. So a lot of ads. That's good. It's good that there's money being made off of this. There's a lot. It looks like there's a lot of love put into it.
The meat snake. The
meat snake
is a worm-like creature made of
That's
a
so
variety
cool
of
looking.
types of meat, coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane.
Ooh, like a bratwurst.
Its size varies
Ooh.
during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is.
Ew. Guys, that is so gross, dude. I like how it's like, and here is a pence. Here's 1 pence. Here's one quarter. to show off my what's that guy's name? The guy who wrote the Cthulhu book. Lovecraftian. To show off my Lovecraftian horror. I've got this quarter so you guys can understand the size. Also, it can't be let's just see. All I gotta say is game knows game. Or ball knows ball. One of my favorite here, I'm trying to find a good picture. Here. For your guys' viewing pleasure. This is one of my favorite creatures when I was like growing up and stuff like that. It's Graboid from Tremors. It's a big goofy worm thing that would. Now obviously there's like other types of Graboids and stuff like that, but like the whole bit is like that there's these giant worms that like eat people when they touch the ground, right? I think they kind of look like that. So anyway, reason I say that is because it looks very similar, or at least it reminds me of it.
Is only a few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters, Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this lag.
Whoa. Okay, so first of all, sorry, I know I keep pausing it. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can, but also as I am reacting to it, it is within fair use that I transform the content in a way, which is me adding my 2 cents. Which, first of all, it says natural disasters, war, plague, all of which have a lot of death. So I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it. Also, we saw another thing, little Easter egg. Largest meat snake ever discovered. During a sweep of underground sediments made during the war, a massive sized meat snake was discovered stuck in an underground hallway. The beast was measured of 40 meters in length. It is believed that bodies gathered during the war. Cult activity. I love this. I love these newspaper clippings. I'm gonna be honest, like the world building's cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, excuse me, the world building's cool, but I am in love with the idea that it's like, oh yeah, here's these cute little trimmings. They're pretty cool. You know, here's this crawl. It's like a little plant. And then like there's newspaper clippings of something is going on with these things. I kind of love that. Kind of huge fan of it.
This lag. The meat snake's diet consists.
Also, before I move on beyond that, cult activity. There's people like worshiping the meat snake. Ew.
Entirely
disgusting.
Dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake allocates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin, and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake.
It's like a living version of snake.io. That's funny. Sorry.
Factory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted. Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull.
Well, okay. So I see like rhino maybe here, which is like cool, but then this implies something that the meat snake is eating humans.
Each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed.
Interesting.
A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years.
28 years, that's pretty
good. The
good.
meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating. Interestingly, the meat snake...
Oh, weird! Oh my god, that's so weird. That's kind of freaky, actually. Like I know it's like a completely harmless creature, but that is legitimately disgusting. Also, what's kind of screwed up too is like this low-key looks like my hometown. I'm just like, ew.
Only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake
Oh, it can
reaches an
reproduce.
excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two.
Huh.
Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in...
I could not imagine. So they mentioned the trimmings are kind of loud, kind of annoying, kind of pesty, but I could not imagine a meat snaking, a meat snake like. Do you call that asexual reproduction? Yeah, asexually reproducing. Just like, do you imagine? It's like, oh, honey, there's a meat snake outside. Oh, it's no big deal. Like, and of course it's making like otherworldly moans while it's doing it, so it's going, ew, ew, dog, gross.
Moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold. Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available.
That's weird.
Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them to our advantage. Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them.
Dude, they are okay, first of all, 100% gotta be at least somewhat inspired by graboids. The mouth looks the exact same. Second of all, like I know that they're not aggressive, but God, I would not want to go toe to toe with one of those things. It looks so gross.
Offensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame.
To tame?
Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself.
Okay, now it looks like
an experience to
the Beetlejuice sandworm.
As long as you don't mind the smell.
Oh.
Our next creature is the mimic.
Okay. All right, let's go look at our little book page, see if we can actually find something or read something. Okay. After being stranded at sea, the young prince eventually was cast to an island. Injured, the prince stumbled his way into a nearby cave. The prince used what magic he could to put himself into a healing sleep. What does that mean? What does that mean, gang? Also, the mimic. My name is Edwin. I made the mimic. It was difficult to put the pieces together. The mimic.
The mimic.
I'm gonna start you off right here. This is awful. This is terrifying. I don't like the horrifying smile or the fact that it's like humanoid for some reason.
The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny...
Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of information. Like, so the meat snakes, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like a general progression from like the trimming, okay. And now you have a fully humanoid, horrific creature. I don't like that.
Uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped.
Ew.
The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back.
Ew.
This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole.
Ew.
A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
What?
Because of this, they are found solely...
I hated that. That was awful. Sorry, I don't. Okay. I want you guys to know when I say like I hate something, hate, that means I actually really like it for like the sake of something that's scary or whatever. Like I'm like, oh, that's really good. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's terrible. You know, but like I'm saying, the quality is really good. What I'm watching is really good. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying that like it was very well done. Let me say it that way. Um, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it said that the mimic, which is like something horrible, humanoid, and has teeth for ripping flesh, primarily only feeds on human flesh. That is awful. Truly.
Around
Okay, let's see.
human populated areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of
Interesting.
3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and have
Ew.
fewer appendages.
Oh my god, ew. Dude, I would just go with like people and just like kill the ones that are mimic children. That's terrible. Oh, the trimmings, oh, they're fine. Cute little basketball creatures. That thing, not okay.
In this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning.
Oh
Its hunting
Jesus.
style changes and becomes
Oh my god. Wow, the production, dude, the production quality of the picture is so good. Like you might, if you look really close, you might be able to tell that it's like kind of drawn on there, but like honestly, that is awesome. That is awesome.
much more complicated. It now stalks and feeds only on
Ew.
humans. It will locate human populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture.
Huh.
Once a target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human is asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal.
Also, those things are tall. What the hell? It's like, what is that, 7 feet tall or something? That's tall. For those of you who don't understand like the height of things, right? Or if you have a hard time thinking about how tall something is, right? Like, I would like to say that I'm pretty normal height. 7 foot tall would be like taller than me. That would be like a foot taller than me, which is you'd have a hard time getting into doors, like normal doorways, basically.
Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into.
Oh. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Oh my actual god. That was fucked up. That was so screwed up. So I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you probably can't see that. Maybe you can see that. Yeah. So it is currently three almost 4 a.m. where I am. Right. My house is completely dark. Everybody else is asleep in the house. That's fucked up. Sorry, I know it might sound like I'm overreacting, dude. That shook my insides a little bit. That knock. Ugh. Okay. Anyway, sorry, back to it.
Cornering themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
Oh, we are not getting a first person. I was not ready for this. Okay. All right. Wait, hold on. Before we do that, let's make sure that this is on HD. Yeah, okay. Oh shit, it got in. Girl, turn that flashlight off, dude. What are you doing? Oh, dude. That was a really good sequence. I was like, dude, I'm clenched. My butt is clenched. I am like sweating. I'm like, oh my. Also, practical effects. Very nice. Very
The next
nice.
stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into.
Two
If a
potentials.
mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
Ew.
It now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively. The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will
Ew.
grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length.
Ew. God, that's awful. I like this little drawing here too, where it's like completely in the dark. Ew.
And its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink.
Oh, hell no, dude. If I saw one of those outside, I would be like, I'm cooked. Capital C.
Skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet.
Ew.
Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
Okay.
1.
How are we dealing with
Avoid
mimics?
going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there
Okay.
have been mimic sightings. 2.
That's fair.
If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time.
Really?
Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
Be safe and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs.
Sorry, I'm also collecting data as we watch these. Sorry. The last bit was just really good. Yeah, that last part was just, like, really good. I was just,
The Harvester.
I don't like this one. The last one was terrible. I don't like
this
one either.
The Harvester is a large, bulbous mass with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base.
Ew.
The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The Harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way.
Oh, Jesus.
A harvester is created when a node that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further. Its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss. Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped ones. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients. These tendrils sense the blood, and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground.
Interesting.
Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses all the vital organs and the
Why are you that close to it? Oh my god.
The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals. A strange behavior the harvester displays is its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time. Another, could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive, and lure more predators.
That makes sense.
It really is astonishing.
Interesting.
Although it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and woodland forests. If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Gang. I saw another newspaper clipping. I honestly don't really care for the book pages because they're really hard to read. But the newspaper clippings. Family attacked by harvester while hiking. Authorities refuse to handle the harvester. That's
funny. The
funny.
best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around.
I wonder why they can't. Could you not, like, shoot it? Could you not just, like, blow up the... Could you not just see the giant bulb thing and be like, alright, come on now, Jim Bob? You know? Would that not work?
An abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife. This is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base of large trees or rocks. If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal. Next up is the host.
Okay, I know I said I don't necessarily care for the book pages, but I am curious. I want to look and see what that one is. I also noticed that the farther we get in, the more, like, labels and stuff he's putting on them, which is cool. Yeah, see, like, I don't know if I can read that. Okay. Cool. So next one, we have... Okay. So this is the host of influence now.
The host of influence.
I don't like that one.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the host, has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event.
Ew.
Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease.
Interesting.
The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics.
That's good. Unlike the
lower
mimic.
Half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place.
Ew.
Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement. The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding.
What?
On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body by being fired into the air. These
Interesting.
spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs.
Whoa, dude.
The host is rare.
Can't be jump scaring me like that. Hold on. What we got? So it's hazardous. Keep... What is that? What? What am I looking at right now? I'm seeing like a black ball with like a red dot in it, maybe? Okay, I definitely thought it was like somebody's face going in the camera, and I was like, oh, Jesus. But maybe this is like part of the cult thing that was mentioned earlier. Maybe? That's a freaky image, dude. I do not like that one. Okay, anyway.
Luckily, the host is rare, only found in North America.
Oh, of course it's found in North America.
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one. The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination. Then more serious symptoms appear over time. These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles. If you, or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the
They said it.
organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs. The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
Jesus.
If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs.
It's interesting that they don't have more pictures. Well, I guess I would know why.
Next, the monoliths.
Whoa, couple things there. Sorry, this is like football players watching film, like of like their previous game or something. I'm like, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look real quick. Oh. Okay. Although one day the critters found the cave while searching for food, they found the prince entranced in his healing sleep. The critters were so awestruck and enchanted by the prince's magic. And then there's this red circle thing. Do you think that has to do with the thing we saw earlier? I don't know. So that was the host of influence. So I think we have 2 more videos in the living meat research documentary. And I think the rest of these are also kind of helpful to watch. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this is the monolith we're talking about.
The monoliths. The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972, in the area of... There are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths
surround this location.
The monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height.
120 meters? For my American brain. Hold on. For your guys' own information here. The Empire State Building is 381 meters, which is like just a really tall building. So if it's like 120 meters tall, It's basically like pretty much close to a third of the size of the Empire State Building. That's crazy. That's insane. Those boys are tall. Those boys are big. Okay.
Monolith has 2 trunk legs.
Oh, I can't show you guys. I can't show you, but right now my cat is being very cute. Sorry. Anyway, cat was being cute.
Legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso. The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in. During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making their way to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out.
Jesus.
When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough to top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity.
Okay.
Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature. Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed.
Hold on. Let's go back.
This time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Ugh. Oh my goodness, I don't like that at all.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is
a sphere.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today.
The last creature on this list is a sphere. I don't know. Personally, theorizing wise, the creature could use its magic to help them. If make grow food to heal sickness, they continued to argue about the prince and his magic.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so this one is called Cook at Home Kitchen Cheese Crawl Penne Cook Along.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Oh.
Have any information of the whereabouts of...
Wait, hold on.
Have any information...
What's his name? Interprovincial travel, production of sensitive material. Wanted by CSIS. CSIS. I do watch CSI, but I don't think that's the same thing. CSIS. Okay.
information of the
Vincent
whereabouts of
Barrier.
Be making a dish that has recently gained a fair amount of popularity. Today's dish will be a cheese.
That looks like shit. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. That looks terrible. Okay, anyway.
Crawled penne.
I'd probably eat it. I'm gonna be so honest. I eat ramen noodles. Like, it's fine. Hence my name, ramencop. How do we do that?
To start off, these will be the ingredients you will need. 3 cups of penne pasta. Roughly 3 cups worth of fresh crawl.
Ew.
Try to get a variety of sizes when you buy yours, or when you harvest them yourself. 1 cup of cheese. Half a cup of green onion. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2 tablespoons of Cajun spice.
Low-key, this cooking video is like incredibly helpful because I feel like a lot of cooking videos are like, all right, I'm gonna put all the ingredients in, and they just start like mixing it up, and you're like, whoa, hold on, what were the ingredients?
2 tablespoons of parsley. 1 tablespoon of dill. 1 tablespoon of garlic. A pinch of pepper. And finally, the most crucial ingredient. Nutrier Company's newly released flavor and
Gang, we're cooking mentally. That is the same symbol that as the as that like frame, like half a frame thing that was on that one video. Also, the last creature that was in the living meat was a sphere. We're making connections now.
enhancer. To bring out
I
the
do not trust
richness
that
of
flavor
flavors
enhancer
within
at all.
Each and every meal. First, get a medium-sized pot and fill half of it with water.
Pot? So this is also interesting because in the crawl video, they were talking about how crawl is not edible, or it's not, people aren't eating it because it doesn't taste very good, and it's not, it's just like, there's no really reason to eat it, right? But now they're making cooking videos about it? With a so-called flavor enhancer?
Add a pinch of
It's interesting.
salt, which is used to help the pot come to a boil faster and help flavor the pasta. Then, set aside to boil.
Okay.
Grab your crawl and a sharp knife. Begin to cut the meat into a rough mince.
Okay, I just want to say, so I make videos, right? Obviously, that's why you're here. And I've done like little video projects here or there too. And I'm thinking, like, how did they make it so the tentacles look like real meat? Are they using real meat? I don't even know. It's incredible. Also, it looks disgusting. It just, oh my god. Sound effects don't help either.
Crawl is soft on the outside, but the interior has a surprising sturdiness.
Interior? That is so gross. It almost looks like they took like beef and put it in like a plastic bag, like plastic bags or something.
Then,
gross.
gather the meat and set aside.
So gross.
Mince the green onion into rough segments. Take this mince and set aside as well.
Okay.
Next, grab your skillet and preheat with along some oil. Take your minced crawl and spread it evenly across the skillet.
Man, I just like, that is so weird looking.
Stir occasionally until crisp and brown. As your water reaches a boil,
would you try crawl?
And stir occasionally.
If it was an option. Could vegetarians eat crawl? Is it considered meat? Good questions.
Cook until soft. At this time, your crawl will be brown and crisp.
Oh my god, ew!
Add your minced green
What the hell?
and then the spices.
To be fair, okay, now it's starting to look like a banger. Okay, now it's starting to look pretty good.
Mix well.
100% something I would eat.
Once your pasta
100%.
is finished cooking, strain it.
I know I said I wouldn't, but I think if I was cooking it, I wouldn't. But if somebody just gave it to me, I'd be like, because it looks like beef,
into your dish.
you know?
Then add the crawl topping.
Yeah, it kind of just looks like beef. Weird.
Sprinkle a generous amount of cheese along the still warm crawl for it to melt. At this point, finish preparing the dish with your flavor enhancer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60.
Why did the tone shift so much with the guitar? Good lord.
degrees Celsius, or else the enhancer will not work.
Wait, 23, what did it say?
Or else the enhancer cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius.
Let it cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius, or the flavor enhancer will not work. What? See, that's... Hold on, gang. So, the spores. This is what I'm thinking. The spores from the host, right? Like, do you think that the spores are what they're using for a flavor enhancer or something like that? Because why would you need to care about the temperature at which you're applying a flavor enhancer? Because a flavor enhancer, for those of you who don't know, salt is a flavor enhancer. That's technically like the main one. But you don't have to cool your dish to add salt into it. I'm thinking here.
Or else the enhancer will not work. And now you may serve and enjoy.
I didn't think I missed anything there, did I? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Who are they? Oh, it's like the sphere, okay. Yeah, okay. We're cooking here. This trimming thing, because I knew at the very least what a trimming was because of an image. I know what a trimming is because I saw this image on TikTok. Okay, it's gonna be hard to see. It's of a trimming mogging, and I was like, what the hell is that? So I looked into it and I saw this. This was the top video that came up. So I have watched this video, but I haven't like analyzed it. So now that I know the context, I can analyze it.
They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family. Most people get dogs or cats, But maybe you want something more interesting.
More interesting.
Then, you may want to get yourself a trimming. These lumps of meat have grown a reputation to be a loving companion for many people in the recent months. Although, most people may not know the proper ways to care for them. Today, we will be showing you how you can care for your pet trimming. Taking care of a trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off. They are living things and do require maintenance. The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming
that is so unbelievably disgusting.
While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions, you want to keep your base temperature near room temp, maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest. A simple setup you may use is a box with some blankets on the inside. Make sure there is enough for your trimming to cover itself. And now, you have a comfy bed for your buddy. Next, you want to give your trimming the best diet possible.
Interesting.
Trimmings are not picky eaters, and will eat anything you give them. To keep your trimming healthy and strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food. Things like apple cores, banana peels, or eggshells are a perfect snack.
Interesting.
A thing to remember is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise. To prevent you from having sleepless nights, try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead. Another thing to consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around, as well as access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not, be sure to take your trimmings on regular walks.
Could you imagine going to a trimming park?
The exercise they need,
Oh.
as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings. Trimmings are a social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like how they do in the wild.
Do you think you could, like, teach a trimming how to do a trick?
Trimmings are not the most active and aren't the best at fetch or tug of war.
That's funny.
But here are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well, like watching the television or listening to the radio. They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices. After a long day, your trimming might be dirty and need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash. Gently scrub the trimming's feet, armpits, belly, and neck fold. Remember to be careful around their face, and avoid getting soap in their eyes, nose, and mouth. Gently pat dry with a towel when done.
This has just gotta be so weird filming this.
And lastly, as said before, trimmings are social creatures, so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats, scratches, and pets. They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well. Simply talking to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day, if anything interesting happened at work, if you are working on any new recipes, or talk about the weather. Trimmings are very good listeners, and love to be involved. With all of these in mind, you are now well equipped.
Those things have got to be disgusting. I bet it's like slimy.
Do things right, and you will have a companion for a long while.
Wait, hold on. Oh. How did I miss that? It says one day, thanks to the critters, the prince had, okay, fully rested, I think. Something like that. Okay, something to make note of for this. I noticed that at the end it said the lifespan is 8 to 12 years. So the documentary said it was 2 to 4 years is how long they live. And I was like, that's kind of a waste of time to have a pet for 2 to 4 years, especially if it's like a disgusting meat creature. But now it's saying that they live like 8 to 12. Also, something to make note of is that they like listening to the radio and listening to your conversation. Something's a little sus about that. Okay, there's a bunch of tapes moving over. This is archived footage. Discard this tape immediately. Okay.
In the year of 1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup
Oh, this is the
process
giant
started.
meat snake.
During routine sweep of an underground train
Ew.
tunnel, the cleanup crew made a grotesque discovery. Found completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with
Oh
several
my god, it's like a
surrounding it.
rat king. Ew, do you see that? That's like all those skulls.
Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake. Its impeccable size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's path. There was many strange things with this creature. First was the coloration.
Weird.
A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns. This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another
Ew.
strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack even basic motor functions. Its behavior was that of a plant's. Stationary, with only minor movements within.
Interesting.
One would assume it was dead. The reason the meat snake may act this way may be because it was completely lodged in place and minimized movements to conserve energy. But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place? And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time. So how did it get so large? The answer was discovered by a different cleaning crew, who found the other end of the tunnel.
Oh, Jesus.
They followed it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside it was a huge pile of
That scared me.
This meat snake's
That scared
skin
me.
also
Hold on. That legit, like, made me jump a little bit. I wasn't expecting to see it. I was expecting it to be, well, it was found with this and this, but it just fucking jump scared me. Okay. Okay, that's awful right there. Huge pile of bodies. That's terrible.
This meat snake's skin also displayed great amounts of resilience. It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample. Here, you can see the clear difference between this meat snake specimen versus a normal meat snake's membrane. Testing on the sample showed that it had great immunity to damage. It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures, and even high doses of radiation. It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature. Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin. Normally, it would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs.
What?
Meat snake was later discovered to be missing by unknown survivors. How the meat snake grew in size was
Okay.
How the meat snake grew in size was discovered to be...
Hold on. So I questioned
the skin.
if it changed anything
Normally,
about the
it would have a
timeline.
sour smell of rotting flesh.
But I
The
think this is
specimen
answering my
displayed a
question.
rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs. Meat snake was later discovered to be missing by unknown survivors. How the meat snake grew.
See, it says 1945 there. Well, Darian Quilloy, you interesting man. You are so good at this. One of the critters built up the courage to meet the now awake stranger. They crawled to the prince's side and extended their hand of friendship. The prince reached back, and together they had formed the bond that will change their fate. Oh, okay. Now that this is now that this is true, so actually we're about an hour and a half in, so I'm gonna call it here on this, like the first part of watching Vita Carni. So, but I did notice that in that last one, yeah, 1945. So, I think a certain group of people were maybe using that thing to get rid of some bodies. I don't know. Or maybe that's what they're trying to imply. Maybe it's a red herring. It's like maybe they want you to think that way, but then there was also the mention of cult behavior. So, which, speaking of cult behavior, I think that's what the book is talking about, like the children's book. It's like the prince with magic could be like the creatures, and then like the humans are the ones who are like the little. Sorry, the prince with magic would be the Vita Carni. And so the humans are like the little creatures that reach out to them, thinking that they would, be able to, the Vita Carni would be able to help. Maybe. Hard maybe there. Hard maybe. But anyways, thank you guys for being here and watching this with me. If you enjoyed watching it with me and stuff like that, and you want to go check out his more of his stuff, again, this is Darian Quilloy on YouTube. By all means, go check out more of his stuff. This is awesome. This content that he's making is awesome, and I really love when people go out of their way to do stuff like that. So I definitely recommend you go check it out, or wait for me to come out with the next episode of watching the rest of Vita Carni. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.